Hey everybody, I am going to, we're having problems with the above cam. Only just that it's glitching. I just spilled the, let's try it one more time here. I just spilled the medium. I just cannot stand this bottle. It's so bad. I actually was just peeling some of the dried paint from, it was like a big ring of it, and it just pulled the top off and spilled. Like, I don't even know how, I think it just squirted it out. I don't know, it's so weird. I wasn't pointing it down, but I also know to use this tool that I have. Let's see if this is working better here. Okay, let's see. So yeah, I know to use this tool that I made. That's just a paper clip stuck in a paint handle, paintbrush handle. And you know, you just clean it out, but I don't get it. It's like, this is like, for a bottle that I use more than any other paint in these paints, this just comes out too easily. I don't know what to do. Maybe you just pinch it or something. Well, then it might leak. But hey, how you doing, Cirque? So yeah, it's weird. I'm saddened. I like these paint bottles, but and I just got on my pants, and this is the weirdest medium. You know, it's like, it's a special, you know, both of them. I'm sure the contrast paint medium is just as flowing. Let me see if this will hold a little bit better. Nope, I pinched it a little bit, but that just doesn't do it. I don't get it. But yeah, I have a squirt bottle that I was able to get the paint off my jeans. It's not a color, so it won't be that big of a deal, even if it were still in there. But no fun. So let me see if I can get some to come out of here. I hope everybody's been doing well. We had a busy week. Nikki has been helping her family a bunch. And she's going over there again tomorrow. And I have been just trying to get things done. I am looking forward to the weekend, but I don't have, I mean, we're getting close to going to BGCon. That's BG Spring. That's 17th, I think, or something. Wait, 21st to the 25th? Or no, maybe it's early. Maybe it is the 25th, and the 26th we return home. But I'm looking forward to going. It should be fun. Daryl, who has been on the show a bunch over the last year, is going to go with his wife. It's his first big con. I mean, he's probably been to, based on the company he works for, he's probably been to Comic-Con. I don't know that Nikki ever went when she worked with them. Wow, this feels like this one's about to come out just as easily. These are, I don't know, man. I am not a fan of any bottles. It really is terrible. Now, maybe some of the other ones are better. I don't know how, well, this is a thinner. Let's see what it's like. I mean, it's kind of loose too. I don't know, man. It's dangerous. And I just don't want it all over everything. That's the downer. I'm not, yes, I don't want to waste paint, but I'm not going to be miserable if some is wasted. But I have wasted a bunch of that contrast medium, speed paint medium, doing these minis. Same exact problem as I'm trying to put some in the palette. Of course, that's when you're using it, so that's not a surprise. But I'm working on Captain Carter. I can never remember her name. I don't know why. But I am, let's see if it'll focus here. I've got this shiny thing. I did buy a new X-Acto knife so that it won't roll. This desk is not as much of a problem. I still am using this one, which I absolutely adore, but they are not easy to get. This one has I broke it a while back, and I've fixed it. I need to put a little indicator which way it's supposed to turn, but I fixed it, I glued it, it worked fine for a while, and then it broke again recently. So, but I love this one because it will never roll. Like, it's just not going to roll. And the cap is pretty solid, and it's easy. This one, thankfully it had a cap when I looked at it on Amazon. Michael's didn't have anything. We don't have a ton of options, but Michael's didn't have anything I liked. And at least the store we went to. We have a few in the area, but they didn't have a cap. And I was like, oh man. So I was looking at a 3D print, one I could 3D print. And thankfully this is there, and it's tight. It doesn't slip. And that's just the thing I'm most concerned about. I don't want to I've poked myself plenty of times over the years, but I'm trying to avoid that. Anyway, let's see how red this is. It might need a little bit more color. I'm trying not to mix as much because holy cow, I end up painting a bunch of minis on, was that Tuesday of last week? Yeah, I guess so. After I finished, I had put together the snakebite leather is what I used on these. The contrast paint, is this it? No, that's not it. This is the snakebite leather. I really like this color. The one that I have from Speed Paint's hardened leather is pretty good too. I don't really know the difference. I should do a little swatch. But I'd mixed so much that I just painted a bunch of things that needed to have snakebite leather. But we've been super busy. Hey, Board Game James. It is still a little choppy? Okay. I did reboot that camera. It shouldn't be a problem, but let's see. It could be also just, we are having internet issues. It's a little frustrating. It was cutting, like, it was weird frames stuff was happening a little bit. We'll see if it continues, and if not, I'll try to do something about it. But yeah, we've had, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's one of our routers, because we have a gateway and we have a Wi-Fi router here, and it could be that, but it literally, the company that makes it wrote us and told us they were no longer supporting firmware for it. It's not even that terribly old. A little frustrating. And then that day, or the next day, I got, the news that the FCC was banning foreign routers and, foreign-made routers. And there are no routers, at least consumer-grade ones, made in the United States. And I'm like, well, I can't buy one right now because I don't know what ones will be getting firmware upgrades in a year's time, because that's what the deal is. And so this is kind of frustrating to me, because this one should just continue to do the updates until next year, so that we aren't buying something that we're just going to be throwing away in a year's time. Because that's when they have to, I don't know how, what'll exactly happen, but they are told that the thing is that they're not, after March 2027, they can no longer update the firmware of some of these routers that are not approved, at least for the United States, obviously, which is a downer. I mean, my router is made by an American. It's not made here, but it's made by an American company, and was awfully expensive when we bought it 5 years ago. But we did put out a video today of, let's see here, I blame Spectrum. Both are choppy, I think, huh? Let me look at the something live here on YouTube. You are on Twitch, but you just jump ahead to the live part. Can mute it. Yep. Oh man, this is so weird. These things are just, it's like the slider, I'm not a Mac fan. Okay. Looks like of course I'm seeing nothing here. I'm delayed or whatever. It does seem a little choppy. I'm not going to stop the stream though, because that would be a real pain in the butt for me, but I probably should. Derek is good about doing, we'll see if it continues to be. Yeah, it is really choppy. Really choppy. I wonder what our internet's like. It's been working for me today, I mean this afternoon, but it was not working earlier today. Let me see if we can, I'm going to do them one at a time. So I'm going to cut to me, and I believe I will let them, the downer is I don't know the sequence. I have multiple things in the in the angle that need to be turned on. There's a camera, there's a confidence monitor, there's a box here, there's another box in the studio, but I'm going to do this one and just cut it down for 10 seconds as I usually do. Let's see if it cuts away. It does look like it glitched, so that is that looks like the me camera. So let's cut to the other one. Okay, so yeah, there you go. That's the me camera, which who knows, that's probably not even a problem. It always seems to be that one that's okay. But I give him like 10 seconds and then reboot him. But yeah, it's crazy. The devices, I mean, and this could be all related to the, let me switch cameras back again to where I won't be, but you'll see it sort of what's going on there. And then, but yeah, HDMI, and it's the copy, you know, HDCP protection is just not great. And we don't use any, well, we have one camera that does do the type of connections we use, and we could use that. And we do use that all the time, but not for this. But yeah, it's generally not a problem. It's mostly with this because we have the same rig going into our streamer box. And what am I catching on here? That goes into our streaming PC, but we have different connectors going from across the room to this one. So let's see. Did I pause this or am I? Okay, well, that camera's not doing great. Let's see here. Power down. It does seem like it's that camera. Let's see if this will do it. Boop, 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 boop. It looks better. We'll see if it stutters much. It's so bizarre. I have no, I think I have it figured out what the sequence is, and then it's not right. So I suspect that it's not the same, that it's just something that glitches in it. Connectors would be fine, but this drop, so the bit rate is too high for the internet or the CPU is overloaded. Potentially, I mean, it's certainly possible. As I said, we've been having internet issues. I mean, otherwise it works great. So let me get to the, I really don't like this. Oh man. I don't like the scrubbing head here on this because it's sliding back and forth for me, and I'm trying to just see what's going on here. There we go. Okay, well, let's cut to the table and see what it does. It does seem, well, that could be anything. Okay, I'm not getting anything here with that. Let me look at Twitch. It could be the no, YouTube is not. YouTube has been a problem, and I don't know that it's not YouTube. I am looking at us here on this, so I'm a little delayed. I don't want it running on multiple computers. Well, I'll do my best. I don't know. YouTube is really painful lately. For me, just viewing. I don't think it's... Gosh, goodness, am I seeing the beginning again? No. Anyway, I will paint as smoothly as I can. But we need to figure it out because I'm always having troubles like the day I need to upload video, and that's really painful. Thankfully, it's usually during the day when I haven't uploaded it. We also pay a lot of money for this service. It's really kind of frustrating. Do we have any issues? Because, I don't know. I don't even know who owns it anymore. It used to be AT&T, and I think it says that it's AT&T, but I don't think that they, you know, they all spin stuff off. Because now Spectrum used to be Time Warner, and we used that for a long time. But now I would never. Not that, I mean, you know, all of them have problems. But we are fiber, so why would we have any troubles? It also could just be updating PC. We did stream though on Tuesday, so I don't know, but usually Tuesday's the big day for, I mean, they don't do it every week now, or once a month, or even, I don't know when they do it now, but we would sometimes get it because we didn't turn the machine on. So for example, we have a computer in here that we use to watch the chat. That one doesn't get turned on as much as this one does, the main PC. This usually gets used at least once or twice a week, unless we're out of town. But I think I need to try rebooting the gateway. It's just such a headache. We have, you know, use it for all kinds of stuff, and so if there's any weird glitches, what is that on the elbow? Oh, I guess it's just paint. Thought it was a glue. Like, did I glue this? I have had to fix some that have popped apart. And then I've shown one that I fixed that was broken. That one of the Sentinels, his arm is extended perpendicular to the body, and in shipping it bumped it. Shield looks a little better. The interesting thing is I am looking at this through a remote call and it looks perfectly fine, which is very weird because our connection to the control room is through the software that we use, which is called vMix. Ugh. Trying to fix this edge here on these. What if that bumped it? Well, let's fix that. That is broadsword silver, I believe, mostly. Connectors could be fine. You really should. A speed test should show you if you're getting upload you pay for. I have one computer and several long cords. The studio is disconnected from the house. And, I mean, the problems have been internally, not through that. As a matter of fact, this, I feel like, seems to be a little bit better connection out here, and I have no understanding why, because I believe they all split off the same switch. Took me a moment to remember what we used there. Oh, this is terrible. Terrible. Hey, awesome. You did watch the new, this is Paul Jarman. Did you, so you watched the new 365 Adventures? We've been playing that for over a year, more than a year, much more. We played last year's calendar and loved it. And then we did this year, you know, we were thinking, oh, we don't, and then we were having so much fun with it. We ended up buying, because we've been, Pandasaurus actually sent us the Cthulhu one. That was the one we were kind of excited to try, just because it was going to be considerably different. But we were having so much fun. I bought from Amazon this year's dungeon, and we have had so much fun with it. So I see a major amount of flashing here, and it's on every one of these. It's really kind of a disappointment. Now, not many people are going to be looking at it from this angle, but it is annoying. It's one thing I just am not getting my head wrapped around, because I do not assemble these, and I actually really like assembling them. I do a better job of cleanup. Yeah, the new one's fun. It's actually some great rolls, and we have a great time with it. And we've been really opening eyes. We played it with Brian and Tashi a few weeks back, and they were like, wow, you know, not Tashi, she doesn't care. I mean, she has fun, but she's not concerned about that. But Brian really enjoyed it. And there's silver. I'm looking for the gray that I have here. There's a wash. Do I not have it here? Certainly possible. I did a bunch of cleaning. I don't think I do. Okay, let's look over here. Light warm gray. Is that the one I use regularly? No. Well, that's bright warm gray. I feel like it should be here or up here. Let me look. I opened the silver bottle and I already had that one. That wasn't right. Harumph, I say. Silver, not good. I don't necessarily need to cover it, but I would like bright neutral gray. That is probably the one. Does look like it's been used. I'll know pretty quick. It is the one I have used. It actually probably should be darker, but whatever. Let me just shake it up. I've not been streaming last week or this week. I'm not feeling very great. It's no fun. I've been not doing... I'm okay. Wow, I did get paint over here too that I did not realize. Boo. And I didn't get it. Dang it. That is what I don't want. Yeah, this is terrible. Anyway, I got Clank a while ago because of your show. Awesome. So we, Stephen M over on YouTube, we have been doing some of the Stickerville on the show. I think Nikki and I did 1 or 2 months. And we're going to do more, but we played 3. We were going to play with Dave last Thursday on our evening show, and he had forgotten he had a dinner plans with a friend of his, and so we didn't do it, but we played 2 months or something like that while we were waiting to do a dinner for our friend's birthday. So, but we are enjoying it a lot. We also don't want to overdo it so that you can enjoy it, but we will probably do more on the stream. So we've skipped a couple months, and we'll keep getting back for. Hey, Schmobel. Yeah, I don't know, man. This is terrible. Hopefully it'll come out. I mean, it's not a color, but it's, you know, it's a persistent stain. Boy, I do need gray. So I did shake it up. I did set it down. It'll be fine. I can also use some coal black here to get it darkened up a bit. Spoiler management, yes, that's true. I mean, we played Corey Konitska's previous game, not his only previous game, because he's a Mandalorian as well. But we played, and probably others. I'm not even remembering what they all are. I know there was another one. The joke was it's Rodney Smith on the cover. But we did all of the initiative, and he was so excited about it, and I asked him, is it okay if we continue? Because we just decided to do the whole thing. Both Deborah and Aaron were having a good time, and Dave was sad that he missed out on that one. But we ended up goodness, doing it all, and that was okay. But the problem is the audience isn't necessarily there. They're already not there to spoil the stuff, and then they're really not there when you are going to play the whole game. So that's, you know, we don't chase numbers, but we also do want people to watch the show, and it helps everything about it. We have sponsorship from GameGenic, which I've seen some people complaining lately about the ads. I'm like, we don't have ads turned on anywhere else for our show, but I get it. A little unfortunate, but what are you going to do? Let me see, I did all of them. Well, I did one of them. There we go. It really isn't critical here. I'm painting something that isn't even going to be seen, and I plan on probably doing a little bit of one of the other whites that I can do, either glazing an actual light gray or white, or using a contrast, either the Apothecary white, or there's a white in the speed paints, I think, as well. Holy white, that's pretty, well, who knows, it might be good. I should actually try it. I don't think I've ever used it. No, this is not Captain America. This is Captain Carter, I believe, is their name. I do not know why I don't have it in my head ever. I do really like, what is her name? It's Haley Atwell, but the character's name is, I don't remember. But yeah, it's fun. I really, this is one of the reasons why I bought this set. I was like, I want to get that one. I know I had a problem with the, it might have been Captain America on that one, with the Zombicide, and I didn't back it. Man, I don't know. Did you see that they launched Zombicide, the new Zombicide from Asmodee. I did not. There's a great Stephen Bonacore and Corey Thompson and Ignacy Chevacek do a podcast, and they talked about Asmodee doing a Kickstarter. It's a little, I don't, you know, I mean, it's not like CMON didn't have a lot of money, but clearly it didn't help them out. But I'm a little bewildered by it because it's, you know, I mean, we have had plenty of larger companies, but Asmodee is the largest. Asmodee is the largest game, like hobby game company in the world. And for them to want to have a campaign for a game is really kind of not a great deal. One of the guys that is from CMON is now running that portion of the studio. So he's doing the Kickstarter, I guess, and so that's I mean, ultimately it's fine. It's just a little frustrating. But you know, you've seen Ravensburger doing them now with GameFound. You know, they've invested in GameFound. Ugh, this is so tight. I'm not sure what this is supposed to. There is a white, let me look at the picture here. There is a white band on this. Very thin though. On this edge against the white, the red stripe. Let me get some water in this brush. And I probably should get a different brush. I'm using one that has a tiny bit of a hook on it that I actually am exploiting, but I don't know that it's great. But I am trying to get to painting more. I have a Kallax, not a Kallax. I have a what do they call it? Scottus, IKEA Scottus rack over next to me that has some tools on it and supplies and stuff like that. But it also had, I wanted a paper towel holder because it's really the only space I have next to me that I could put it on, and IKEA does not make one. So for the last week, I kept printing all these different ones that people had done, and I could put one together myself, but I basically come to the realization that it's probably not. It'd have to be too beefy to make it worth it, and it needs to be metal. So I end up looking and found somebody did a roll thing for him, and I was like, well, then I'll try that. And it has worked. I mean, it's great, but boy, kept reprinting. It would look great. It was solid. I did it, you know, 75% infill, which should be plenty. And the next morning, I'd find the paper towel on the roll on the floor, and one of the pieces broken. So I gave up. Because I've actually made stuff for all kinds of stuff. Although I have not used. So I used to use. I was a project manager, but I never got an architectural license. So I was not. I would run projects here, and it was what I did before I started working for BGG full time, and so I was very good with AutoCAD and Revit, and I haven't used them for a long time. I did use Fusion 360 a bit, and I liked it, but I didn't want to pay for the service for the amount I was using it. There is like an amateur license, if it's hobby license that they do, and it worked for a long time for me, and then they changed something, and then it still does work theoretically, but I have not been able to get it to work for me. So I just was like, well, okay. But I really like Fusion 360. It's not, the funny thing is, there's nothing like any of the other products I've used from Autodesk. Ugh. Let me just put some red on there right now. And that's too bad, because I've gotten used to some elements of it, and it would be nice if it carried over between products, but it didn't between Revit and AutoCAD, I'll tell you that. Opal, am I surprised that you have the patience to do multiple of the same thing? Oh, it's Opal, it's not that hard. Then one day you will stop painting Marvel characters. I really would like to be done with it. I like painting them a lot, but I have so many, and it's fine. I like doing them. I will continue to do them, but I started painting some other things. I painted some 40K stuff, which is cool. I like 40K a lot. It is really kind of where my modern mini painting got started. But I've been having had a media BGG. Well, let me finish the. I love the Warhammer 40,000 stuff, but I also really love the fantasy stuff from Age of Sigmar. So not doing. Eventually, I'll get back to doing some of that stuff. BGG Media, I run our team for all the marketing we do. If you see our In Focus and How to Play videos, those are. Ugh, this is just everywhere. Literally. Another towel. The black is always the one I have troubles with. Not kidding. It's literally all over my fingers. And so I run that stuff, and we produce those, and I deal with the, I'm meetings with the publishers and stuff like that. So we do that, and that's growing. And then I manage art. Most people they do their things on their own, but I do manage the stuff that we have produced for us, so the Brothers Murph. And then, we do our social media stuff. But, so I sell our product, and I was never marketing GameNight. They came to us, which is amazing for us. It's not as good as it was when we first started doing it, but the landscape has changed on all that stuff, and publishers are hoping for better numbers than you can do nowadays. There's probably, there's some stuff that gets a good amount of views still, but basically we're all our numbers really are buoyed by something that people are excited about. And we tend to not work that way. We're not averse to it, but we don't get games from the publisher as often as people think. We do have a few publishers that are good about just sending us just about everything, not everything, but a lot that they think we would enjoy doing. And it's great for us because literally we don't know everything that's coming out. But when GameGenic came to us about doing sponsorship, it was great for us because it doesn't tie us to any publisher, even though they are owned by Asmodee. There is no telling us what to cover. And that's really great because that's the whole deal. We just do what we're excited about so that it's a positive thing. Lots of people out there don't like us because we don't review it. But we talk about it after we're done, and we explain what we are from our first impressions, right? That's the thing. We're not reviewers. Reviewers should play the games a few times before you come up with an opinion. Not that is always the case where people do that, and I understand why, because it's very difficult to get everything the amount of time it really deserves. That is what I miss about Eric. He was good about, I mean, there's a lot I miss about Eric. He was great. But he was very good about giving the game the attention it needed so that before he formed an opinion. But you know, he also did the same thing. He only covered, well, mostly covered games that he was excited about. So his was awesome because it was different than ours, right? He was, not always, sometimes I would see stuff he'd do and I'm like, we need to do that one. But yeah, it keeps it, he has had negative things to say, and we have on the show as well. I don't, you know, Nikki and I are picking the games, so most of the time we like them, and that's just the nature of the show. Wow, that looks pretty good. I'm not going all, oof, that one did. But you know, that's okay. I'm just going to lighten it up though on the back end, because it's all dark back here. That looks nice, considering how hard it is to get in there, and it's not real smooth. You know, I'm sure this arm, yeah, you can see the arm is glued on. So I do wish that I understand why they do it, because most people just pull the minis out and play, and that's really the best way to do this. But I'm crazy, and I will be painting these until I perish. I hope that's not true. I really do want to get through them. I'm setting it up so that I can paint when my mom is around. I try not to, oh, I missed the arms, the connections on here that could have been leather. What a boob. But I don't like to paint when, you know, I don't like to come to the studio when my mom's around, because we have her come over regularly. You know, she's getting pretty old. She's doing great though. I mean, really, nothing. Her health is amazingly great. But, you know, it sneaks up on you. She's already had some changes for us. We, I think in 2021 she had a fall, and she came and stayed with us for a couple months because I really wanted to make sure that everything was okay. Because, you know, I call her every day, but I don't see her every day. And so I was concerned about, like, how she would do on her own. And, you know, once I saw that she was pretty great, I was like, okay, you can go home. But I would like to paint in the house some. That's all I used to do. I used to have a setup that I moved to and from the house, or left it. I mean, that was part of the problem. I left it out, and I didn't want to do that. I don't mind leaving it out in here because that's the studio, but I didn't love it in the house. So, once we had the studio remodeled, I moved it all out here, but then really moved it out here because selfish excuse here, I wanted to paint, and if I did it with the as a live stream, it gives me incentive to make sure I do it, and it's been great. I mean, I definitely paint generally once a week at least, sometimes more. Depends on what I'm doing. Today was a very busy day with lots of little things to do. One of the videos we did in Focus 4, they did not get back to me about it launching on Kickstarter. And I wrote them, I'm like, hey, I noticed it's live. Do you want us to put it out? You know, they had a lot of delays. Kickstarter approving it and all this stuff. And so they were happy that I reached out, but I'm not always great about seeing that. I've had some where I'm like, hey, what's going on here? It does allow me to yap, which is my favorite thing. It is pretty truthful. One of the funny jokes of older age is, you know you're old when you no longer fell and instead had a fall. Ah, yeah, it is pretty weird. This is essentially, so this garage, it is a garage. When we bought this house, was an actor studio. So they did teaching here. They taught acting here. And those folks moved to Arizona and sold the place, and then we bought it. And we did not know what we were going to do, but pretty quickly my brother converted it into a recording studio, and because it was already finished, and so we used, like, the carpet is the carpet that was in here when we moved in. So yeah, we finally decided, because we started doing the show in 2012. And we left, we wanted to be in our house. That was the whole point. And so we would take it down, because number one, we were using gear that we brought around to conventions. So there was an excuse to use the gear the rest of the year. And Scott wanted us to do it. He was the one that he wanted us to do it before tabletop happened. Scott actually likes watching playthroughs. And he thought it would be cool to do board game playthroughs. We were not so convinced. And then, I think it was after it was announced, after they came out, we thought about it, like, because we were traveling so much doing things with BGG, they weren't playing that many games. And so it was an excuse to start playing games again with our group. Some of our group, not everybody has been on. I mean, not everybody will come on. Daryl took Daryl quite a few years to finally come on. We were trying to get him to come on the live stream in 2013, I believe. I could be wrong. I mean, I'm sure I asked him in 2013, but but the Kings were in the playoffs, the Stanley Cup playoffs, and so I think they might have won that year. I don't remember, but Daryl is a huge Kings fan. He's like, I can't, and I'm like, that's fine. But we were trying to do it because Scott was here, and we had a bunch of people come over that we wanted to see Scott, so we turned it into live streams and we converted those to shows. So that was kind of the only time we've ever done that. I mean, we did do the live stream for the Wilson Wolf Affair, but we didn't specifically cut it to a show. Those we actually cut to a show, although I did it all at the time. We didn't have Derek for another 4 or 5 years. And we still don't convert them. They're not, they're sloppier. And it's fine. That's what we want. We kind of want it to be that way. One of the things that's great about the live stream is, for us, is Nikki and I can also play games. Scott's very good. His group generally meets weekly, and so he plays a lot of games, and he's like, "You guys got to get this one." For example, one of those was Cozy Stickerville. It took us about a month to 3 weeks to get it out, or something like that, maybe a little longer. But we filmed it. And he ended up, he's like, it's really a lot of fun. He actually played it at least a few times because he got other copies of it and started with other people. And Scott, it's like with his wanting to watch game playthroughs. Yeah, tabletop was awesome. I don't know. I mean, I know that it was hard for them, and they had. I don't know. They made it challenging, because we know people that worked on that, and it was amazing. I mean, I was talking the other day, I think, about when I went to their studio, for Tabletop Day. It was incredible, like just amazing. And I was so excited to just see the technical aspects of it all. And it was great, really great. Hey, I think I need that color in there, and I did not do that. So I'm using a fidget popper as my palette, and it's okay. I mean, I like it a lot, but it still dries, especially if you have a small pool of the color you're using, and you kind of need larger. So it's one of the reasons why you end up running a larger pool, and then you have more than you need. But it's okay. It's not a lot. I use a good amount of contrast medium or speed paint medium, and so it makes it seem like it's a lot more paint. Do I have any more like that that I didn't notice? Oh, there's some more red that I didn't notice. Trying to do the lines a little better. Captain America, I had some real troubles with it as far as keeping it in. You know, I don't know what I was thinking on that one, but those look okay. But yeah, they had at least 3 or 4 stages streaming for Tabletop Day. One of the times I went. So I was on 2 of the streams. We did one for a Smirk and Dagger game called, it was basically Kerplunk, but like Cthulhu one. We have the game. I really wanted to do it on the show. We never got to it. Plus, it's a 3D game, so it wouldn't really be easy to film, and that was ultimately the reason why it didn't happen. But I was on that, and I was on another one where I was on at like 6:30 a.m. And then I was interviewed at one point, and I don't remember what happened on the other one. It was great though. You know, it was an awesome studio. That crew was great. I feel like I'm rubbing paint off of her hair, which is okay because I'm going to put a color on top of that, and I might as well just do that now. Where am I at on the stuff though? I know they're not all done. Well, I definitely didn't do all the white on these others. And to prevent myself from doing that anymore, I'm going to put this in a holder. Cthulhu, yeah. That was fun. And my friend Kevin, who's the one that introduced us to Deborah, he was working there at the time, and that was when Critical Role was talking about leaving. I'm like, man, they need to do anything they can to keep it. And it wasn't even as crazy successful as it is now. But, you know, those folks had already been doing something before they started doing it on Geek and Sundry, so. And, you know, they did the right thing. So I'm using a gray, and it looks pretty white. You know, you don't have to use, you actually kind of don't want to use white. Because it clogs up. Now I've got a little bit of moisture in the brush, so it's giving me enough. But you know, I'm going back and forth to the palette constantly here because I don't want it to be too wet. I want it to come off the brush relatively easily and not overflow. And that is what I tend to do if I don't have the mix right. Yeah, I was talking about the other day, I would love to see like Coachella's setup because, you know, I'm not going to get to go, but it's phenomenal. Like the amount of streaming technology that went into that, and it was really, really impressive. And, you know, I would like to see the bands, but I'm really more knocked out by the streaming stuff. It's just so incredible. You know, multiple 4K streams. I don't believe all of them were, but they probably easily could have been. And just really, really impressive. The ability to cut to like a main feed. And you didn't miss, like there was only a few glitches when I was watching. You know, I didn't watch everything, but I was really knocked out by how but yeah, it was amazing. Just amazing. I have never really wanted to go to Coachella because it's so big, and it's not even as big as when we were. It's bigger now than when we went. We're thinking of going. My brother went to go see Kraftwerk there in 2004, and other stuff, of course. And we just were like, yeah, I don't want to do that. And you know, being the FOMO people, we wouldn't want to miss anything. So I'd probably do all 3 days, and goodness God, it's got to be expensive. But man, it was amazing. Amazing stuff. The David Byrne stuff was really incredible. I don't think I have enough blue on this one here. On the Union Jack here on the side of her torso. Huh. Oh wow. Cloud implementation. Used it for sports though, wow. So Jason Levine, who works with Dice Tower, he used to work on live stream stuff for, I think he was, I don't know if he, I know he was educated, I don't know exactly what his background was, but he did computer graphics for sports and stuff. And really impressive. Like he was super high end on that. And you know, it gave the Dice Tower some really fantastic stuff for their show. It's really, really awesome. And he's retired now. I mean, I don't think he does it at all, which is amazing and cool. Oops. Well, all of our streaming is absolutely self-taught. We had never done any of it. And it was really elevated by our live streams from Essen and Gen Con. And I do miss doing those, but I don't. At the same time, it was hard. And our team worked hard on it. Ugh, that's terrible. I did such a nice job on the other one. This will become mine. I usually give not usually, I give the nicer ones to the other guys. I don't really care. I mean, I do. I want to try to do a nice job, but I painted Warhammer Underworlds. I have a bunch I want to do, but I painted one for Scott when I did mine. He did after I did mine. And I let him have the nice one because it was definitely... The one I did for myself was fine, but I really liked the other one. Oops, wrong color. Why is there like a spot of white there? Okay, blue. Need more blue in it, dried up. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. We had a friend that left CMON. So I don't know what's going on with them. Oh, this is the one I'm working on. Oh, there's another little red gem, a red diamond. I don't think they're gems on her arm. James, are you going to be going to Essen this year? No, Berlin Spiel. Oh, in July. Nice. I'd like to go to that one too. The SDJs are announced around that, which is awesome. Well, we will be at Spiel this year. We did not go last year. Nikki and I, anyway. But the plan is to go. I need to actually start getting on the meetings, setting up the meetings. Ugh. Sloppy job. Now you need to go. You do not need to go. You should come to BGG-Con. Not as much, it's more just fun. There's not as many publishers, so it wouldn't be as great for you to... I mean, there are publishers there. But, you know, its timing is with, which is not helpful. The timing is with not Dice Tower, but PAX Unplugged, which is, I think, this year. It's not every year. You know, they try not to do it, which is unfortunate. But what are you going to do? It is a different kind of con, though, for sure. It's like a little dark spot on her eye. Maybe a little tiny bit of white there. Let's see if I can pull it out without messing up the eye. It's kind of red. The brown has put like a little reddish tone. It is interesting that this one is, her eyebrows are lighter. Like everything else in the pictures I've done so far, her eyes are, the eyebrows are usually dark. That helps. PAX, oh, you go to PAX Unplugged too. Oh, you buy most of your stuff anyway. Yeah, but you know, there's not as so much to buy. I mean, we buy a lot too. We actually don't like, it's hard for us to take them home. And most of the time it goes to the BGG library for BGG-Con, and then we pick out games. Occasionally they give us stuff specifically to do on the show, and that might be because we're going to do a video for it. It depends. And we don't want big things. We try not to. We have so many publishers that want to give us stuff, and we're like, we really don't have the space to do this at all the cons. And we used to ship more, so everybody would like buy their games and then ship them with the BGG shipment, which was, you know, made sense, and it wasn't really that much money. But the problem is now the tariffs and tracking that information of the cost, because we need to for the bill of lading and all that stuff, it just makes it so that we can't do it. Wow, I missed the red in there too. What am I doing? Which is too bad, but you know, now we still, part of it is we just put them in the library. There was one that a game we were going to do that they had sent along with us, and the library needed it. And so we didn't get to do that game. It just became too far along, and we weren't able to do it. And that's unfortunate, but can't do them all anyway. But It's just a downer because the publisher asked us to do it, and we love the designer, and it didn't work out. Did I do this one's correctly? I did. Not great. It's a little bright. 125 checkout, get 25 kilo bag. Yeah. It is true. Hey Rexology BG. Thanks for the follow. Wow, it sounds terrible on this end. Yeah, it's the same thing. We generally go, Nikki and I pack light, or pretty light, and then we used to carry lots of gear, so we got used to lugging stuff around, but we do pack some of it. We just can't, we can't take it all. I mean, that's just the reality. We mostly, one year when I went to Nuremberg, I specifically was taking light games in quotation marks, and they were heavy as all get out. It was all playing cards and card games, and so I learned that isn't necessarily the safe bet either. So, and I think that was basically the end. I was like, I can't, because I was carrying gear, so I could not. Even for Nuremberg, which we didn't live stream from, we filmed everything and then put it out afterwards. It was too much. Wow, look at that. It is really, I got some on the blue, on the gray that will be, let me just lighten that up. Hey, Time Roller. Ugh. I don't want to take that off, though. I do feel like it's a little bit too much paint, though. Ugh, right in her hair. Yipes. So I'm kind of a little wide here on it, sloppily. But I can fix that once it dries. So if I just put a little bit of the blue, it might not be dry yet enough. It does dry pretty quickly though. I'm just making a mess here. Let it dry a little more. Ugh. Oh, I'm going to touch that up. Okay, now the blue is absolutely drying. Oops. Absolutely drying, but I'm drawing the... Actually, that's okay. Makes it a little tighter than... no, it doesn't. It depends on where you see it from. Maybe it's fine. Let's just paint all of it to match that, and then we'll see. Nope. I mean, yes, it would be fine, but I just messed it up. But it's okay, I want to make it narrower. So, I'll put some blue on here. This paint is drying. Usually I would put this standard acrylic on the wet palette, which is absolutely set up over here to do, but I just didn't do it. Ugh. think I did it too light. The blue too light on this one. It might have been the first one I did, and it's just, it's the definition of the white lines is not as clear. It's okay though. She looks great. Okay, now back to the blue lines on the back. I mean the white lines. Cover up the blue with the blue lines. But you can thin it up quite a bit. Oops. That might be okay though. Didn't seem like a very good line. Let it dry. I think I need more paint. My head in the way. So I did get the leather straps on this one, on the shield. So let's get a little bit of that out. Put it away. I'm kind of burning through the contrast medium too, which is usually takes a little bit longer for me to get through. But I am doing more more reduced intensity colors, so It's a tough angle here, but you don't really have to worry about it too much. Just don't get it on her face. I think I need to move this to the other side. I keep going across her to conceal what I'm working on, and then it's got to focus back in. I did not get all of her gloves done, though, I see there. Huh. That's quite terrible. I'm seeing a little bit of the, I think the metallic is gone here, but it needs a tiny bit. Boy, it does pop off so simply. It does look like it looked like there was wet paint there, and there might be a tiny bit, but it comes right off. So it was pretty dry, meaning completely. So a tiny bit of the broadsword silver. I really don't need a lot. I'm noticing on from where I did her hair, maybe? That doesn't, maybe I did that. Sure looks like I did. Okay. So we're going to try to do a little bit of light. I'm going to use my wet palette for that to mix colors because I don't have, I might have one that's okay. Let me see here. I want it to be more, there's skin colors here. I do have a few skin colors that maybe they'll work. Topaz skin is red. Barbarian flesh is probably not brown enough. Fur brown might be fine. I've never opened this bottle, so I have not used these as much as I would like to have. It's really kind of golden on her hair that they're doing there, so this might be okay for part of it, but it really isn't. What about this color? Yellow ice. Maybe? Seems kind of yellow. Maybe a mix of these two colors. So they do include mixing bowls in both of these, but they have not been used. So they are, ice yellow is too strong. But yeah, they do get, I mean, I've had this now for a while. I bought this 50 paint set. Again, don't buy sets. It really isn't worth it. You're getting colors you don't need. I mean, I'm getting to these colors, so it's cool, but that's really a flesh. Again, don't squeeze hard. I'm going to use the, it's coming out of there. I would have just left the paper clip, but the problem is I can't find it. I still run into issues with this, but your best result is see if we can get what we want here. Yeah, it's a little red. I don't think you're going to see the gold in that, which is unfortunate, but maybe I go. Let's just see what it does here. What was the one that was really too much touching from my finger? I am pretty sure it's this one. It is. So I'm just using the edge of the brush to put a little bit of the bright color on it. And you kind of want to mimic what the sun would do. I'm not necessarily doing a very good job at that right this moment. But this color's not bad. It's coming out more how I wanted it to on this brown. So, you know, I'm using a standard acrylic on this contrast paint. Obviously, that's no problem. And I may do another wash to reduce that intensity of some sort, either of this fur, Gorgrunta fur. Oof, not a little too strong for that edge. I don't have a drop of water on here, which I really could use. because what I'm trying to do is a little bit of a highlight in the curls, but it may not be doing pretty good. Excuse me. Oof. It does not help that I didn't trim that hair. Because there's a mold line, I mean. So there's like a huge stroke of hair and I feel like it needs a strand. So I'm going to try. But not succeed too well here. So one thing I notice on these is that they have this wash of hair, you know, going over the forehead, which, I mean, it must be a molding reason because it's on a lot of them. Oof. Okay. One more. Wow, it's really drying out quick. Oops. Hmm. It's a little bit more than they did, but it should be fine. I'll reduce its intensity a little bit. We could probably do that now. Let's see here. So it is the Gorgrunta fur, which is over here. I'm going to thin out a lot. I've been with you on your trip to storage and natural grocers. I'm going a little, I mean, I'm not really going long today. That's already only 7:30. I normally, the plan is to always stop at 7:30, but I never do. Okay, this is the brown. I need this. It does not need to be a lot of paint, because it's going to be a glaze essentially, or a, I just want to bring down the brightness of the, it's too dark. touching it over here where my finger shouldn't be touching it. So you can see it's actually not very, the brown that I'm putting on is the same color underneath, but it's not as intense. Well, I had a weird couple of spots there that I went wider, unless that was something else with the brush stroke. Oh, it might have been when I was doing something over here that I caught it. Ooh, too much paint. That looks good though. Cool. Okay, now I have oh, I'm touching her hair. Do not touch. This is the one is driving me crazy, but I don't think I can. Looks like she has a sty or something. It's like it's a little better for the eyelashes, but not really. needs to be white, actually. So, not white enough. I really should wear a glove, but I would never be able to do it. But it is actually a little hard to get the paint off. Ugh. I get it pretty much there and then I mess it up again. I'm being ridiculous. Do not worry about it right now. Okay. I will do more of that later. The white is not very strong. Now, I didn't put a white on there really. I put a light gray, which is fine. And the blue is already dry. Good gosh. That actually has more in it than the others. Well, first, gray. A little dollop of it. That's white. This will be okay. Paint all over. Bright neutral gray. Still water, I need some. I've been not putting it out. Oops, my head's in the way. Cool. Yipes. So these go back. It worked okay. So that was a ice yellow. Go to focus. And that was the hair highlight on top of, and then the fur brown. It worked okay. And you know, I'm always going to do another wash on top of that. So it's going to bring it more in line with the color that I want it to be, which is, you know, a highlight of this hair. Now, you can do more. You can do things where it's on a crown, on their crown, you have a brighter highlight. I'm probably not going to bother with that, but I was actually trying to do that on the back. Did I cover that up? I think I did. But yeah, there's like when the hair curls, you're going to have a highlight. But these look good. It's fine. So I've got the shields okay. I've got the piping okay. Yipes, knocking down my brush. What brush is that? Again, I'm not really blown away by the... This one, it's another eye, and it's the same problem. Good gosh. I'll use this liner brush that I've been using, that maybe that'll let me just to do a little touch to try to tie that together. You shouldn't even be bothering with this, right? It's not that important. Anyway. Okay, well, I will be back on Tuesday. These will probably be done, and hopefully I'll be working on something else. I might be working on Loki that came out in that one. I might be working on some of the older ones that I have not done for the others. I don't know. I need to make some decisions. These look pretty good. They're not done, but they're close. I'm mostly happier with the shields versus the Captain America shield. I don't know. I almost feel like, I mean, I'm using a metallic and putting the contrast paint, speed paint on top of that. And in this case, I am actually using a speed paint. This blood red. I like that one a lot. I'm not sure that it's the best results, you know, like I'm not getting 100% what I want, but it doesn't look bad. You know, it's a little, I mean, it's really not small, but it's small for me. But she looks cool. Let's see if there is somebody we can raid. I need to actually get to the desktop. I wonder, did it get any better? Not really. Weird. And it is actually stuttering on this, so I hope it's not our internet. I mean, it probably is our internet. I will be going. I need to, Scott actually, so he had a problem with his, and he replaced his, he purchased replacement routers. He was replacing the exact same ones, or mostly the same ones as we have. And it turned out it wasn't the routers, it was in the satellites. It's all mesh network. It was something else, and it was with Uverse. He also has Uverse. So I don't know. I'm really trying to figure this all out. Let me cut to also. Am I on that camera? Yes, I am. Let me cut to me. Hey, there we go. Let me see if there's somebody we can raid. I don't know why I was going on another machine, because it's much easier to do that here. Create a dashboard. Man, this is very slow. The computer could be having troubles. Stream manager. It does, I do need to probably reboot it and check, but they're all lots of issues computer-wise. And it's like, I don't want a new computer. And internet is part of it. You know, the internet stuff is a big problem with it. Let's see who we're following. Not many. Hey, let's collect some stamps as we play Stamp Swap. Well, we're gonna go to, they've not been up that long. We're gonna raid Bored at Home on from Twitch. If you are watching us on Twitch, please, if you're interested, go ahead and click on through. They're gonna be playing Stamp Swap, which I think is from Stonemaier Games, which I've never played. It looks like they're playing it on BGA. Say hello for me. Let's go ahead and start that raid. And then the folks on YouTube, thanks for being here. Thanks for all the chatter. And I hope you have a good weekend. I am looking forward to I have plumbing to deal with. I may deal with that tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see. I had too much work to do. I was like thinking I could take a break today and work. We're replacing a toilet. And I thought, oh, I can do that. And I just could not. I didn't get out here till pretty late. And, you know, I need to do something. Anyway, you guys say hello for me. Have a great weekend. Join me next Tuesday if you can. If not, we'll be streaming GameNight live again at this time slot next Thursday. Let's do that raid. Thanks so much, everybody. Thanks to YouTube for joining me here. You guys take care and enjoy yourselves, and